Hey everyone, it's Chase with TCG Bulk Kings here. You may be wondering why I'm not in my usual location over there, and why I might be sitting on the floor down here. That is because I made an unusual sale and I wanted to share that with you guys. So today I sold these right here. It's about 1,000 Luck and Logic cards from the Luck and Logic TCG. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It's made by Bushiroad, who do Vice Schwartz and Card Fight Vanguard and all that. And it's an old game that just never really quite got to where it needed to get to take off. So I'm packing, I sold that today, and I wanted to talk about actually selling cards that way, or selling cards from old dead CCGs. So dead CCGs, like everything else, in 2020 kind of took off, and so there is a market for pretty much every CCG that's ever been made. I haven't had any trouble selling cards for some of these other CCGs I picked up, as long as it's a good quantity for them. So these Luck and Logic cards I sold for, it's $30 for this 1,000, which is a really good bulk rate. That's because they're really uncommon. These cards are copyrighted. Are they copyrighted? Does it even say on here anywhere? Which is copyrighted by Project Luck and Logic. Doesn't have a date. It's going to be early 2000s, so 15, 20 years old. Just never took off, so that they weren't printed in huge quantities. And so somebody who does want them is going to have a hard time tracking them down. Now, a lot of these older dead CCGs have a really good market. The Star Wars CCG from the 90s has a big market. I sold off a few thousand of those for $500 a couple weeks ago. I know the Lord of the Rings TCG from the same time period has a big market as well. And even less popular games like Harry Potter TCG, the old sports games from back then, some of the weirder ones like Xenophile and the Middle Earth TCG, and those kinds of things all see lots of traction. Now, the way to sell these is, I mean, you can do it through eBay, and you will get people looking at it occasionally, but it's going to go really slowly. The best thing to do is to go where the eyeballs for these kinds of games are, and generally, as far as I can tell, that's Facebook groups. So if you're not on Facebook, probably eBay is the best way to go, but you're going to have a little bit of a hard time selling them. Yeah, but Facebook, there's groups. There's specific groups for a lot of these games. The Star Wars CCG has a few groups. The Lord of the Rings TCG has a big group. I think someone on there right now is offering a complete set of every set from Lord of the Rings TCG for $50,000, and it's not an unreasonable price. So yeah, markets exist. Also, there's a big dead CCGs group that is just an agglomeration of all dead CCGs. So whether you're looking for, what we got, Zatch Bell trading card game. What else do I have here? I picked up a bunch of dead CCGs in a few bulk buys over the years. Oh yeah, Zatch Bell trading card game. We've got the Luck and Logic that we're looking at now. Got Naruto collectible card game. A couple of old Dragon Ball games. That's what the backs of those look like. Here's the other Dragon Ball card game that we have. Just a little bit of that. Trying to think if there's any others. Oh, I've got a big box full of Legend of the Five Rings as well, which is a really popular IP. But yeah, there's lots of games from that time period, around the year 2000 up to 2005, all the way back to 95. Very, very much still people who buy. And it's not a huge amount of people, but they are all a part of these Facebook groups. Old Deadlands cards, or Legend of the Five Rings, or Nightmare Before Christmas TCG. I see that one pop up, especially around the holiday season. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. I've got some starter decks of that. Wars TCG, which is the Decipher branded game that they came out with after they lost the Star Wars license. But even people collect like Young Jedi and stuff like that too. So definitely, if you have a bunch of old dead CCG or TCG products, hop into one of those groups and have a look. See if you can't maybe find someone who will take it off your hands. Like I said, I sold these for $40 shipped, $45 shipped. They kindly covered the PayPal fees, so that's not too bad. It's going to cost me about $10 to ship it. Here's what it looks like all packaged up, and I'll fill that in with some bubble wrap and tape it up real good and all that. So yeah, $45 ship is a really good price for me. I mean, I basically got these for free, along with a bunch of other stuff that I had paid for. And it's going to go to somebody who enjoys it. So just remember, every card has value, even 15, 20-year-old dead CCG cards.